Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. This is Accounting Nightmare. Welcome Tag, welcome Rose, welcome May. Welcome Fire Madman. Good to see you all. You'll probably post in a day or two your wrap-up post on the Game of the Week tweets. That would be cool. Yeah, I'd like to check that out. Alright, yeah, so I did one of these last year. It was a roundup of the games I streamed this year. Because it's kind of like, this is around when people like to talk about their game of the year and what they thought of the releases and stuff. But I played games really differently. I don't play the new stuff. I'm a backlog gamer. So I thought it'd be cool to just go through the stuff I played this year, what I think about it. So I streamed a lot less games than I did last year, because I had some periods of time where I didn't stream this year, but I still got through quite a few games, I think. We had some really good games this year too. Retro/modern gamer. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, there's some new stuff that came out this year that I really want to play, like Hades and Cook Serve Delicious 3. But like I have other stuff I want to play first. Like, previous year games like Celeste and Shovel Knight and stuff. Pikmin 3. Oh yeah, I want to pick up Pikmin 3. Pick up Pikmin? That was accidental. Okay, Butt Spot's getting a bit excited here. Don't know why it's going off so commonly. Oh well. Okay. Yeah, last year was a great year too. We played Hollow Knight and DMC5 last year, and those are two of my favourite games ever. Alright, so this year, we started off with doing more of my Skyward Sword playthrough. Well, finishing it, actually. I was a little bit into it. Actually, I was about halfway through it last year. So finish that off. Hang on, we'll get some Skyward Sword music going. Music! Yeah. This music's good. Virgil and Nero love me. Ah, thanks, Fire Madman. Yes. This was the one part I was dreading of doing this review, because I have to figure out what I want to say about Skyward Sword. I have such mixed feelings on that experience. Where to start? Hey, panicking? Yes, I have all the VOD files for my stuff. It's why I have to keep buying new hard drives. They're kind of huge. But yeah, I bought some big storage drives. That's typical for Skyward Sword. Yeah, it's such a divisive game, and streaming it was also a very divisive experience. There was a lot I liked about it. I was glad I finally played through it. It had some pretty cool stuff going on in the story. I really liked this Gus jar thing. That was cool. Had some fun items. Great music, like the one we're listening to. Oh, some cool set pieces like this. The Sand Sea, that was so cool. Some really good dungeons. Actually, my favourite dungeon, I think the last dungeon in Skyward Sword might be my favourite in the whole series, maybe. There's probably a lot of people who hate it, and I totally understand why. I won't spoil it. I'll try not to spoil too much in these roundups. But, no, it was the kind of puzzle that works well with me, so... Ah, thanks, Fire Maybe. Hey, Janos, how are ya? Stream within a stream, yeah. I considered covering my face here with like a little black square or something, but it's different sizes depending on what game I'm playing. So doesn't matter. Yeah, Skyward Sword has some cool stuff in it. Had some stuff I really didn't like though, like Fi. I didn't like her at all. So I didn't like this boss fight, but there are a lot of boss fights I did like. I really like the side content in this game. A lot of the side stuff I thought was really good. Oh god, this minigame. The pumpkin one. This was brutal, but it was so satisfying to get right in the end. Hardest Zelda minigame I've ever played. Hey, Lauren? Yeah, Skyward Sword was the very start of this year. Hey, Kibitz, how are ya? I just need a third layer of me streaming about my stream. Coloctus. Which one was Coloctus? Was it the octopus thing? I had trouble with that one, because I wasn't sure what to do when it sends all its tentacles at you. Yeah, overall I enjoyed Skyward Sword. The side content was cool. I think it had a lot of filler stuff that slowed the game down a lot. When you get to the second dungeon and they're like, no, you can't go in, you have to go find all the key pieces. And that escort quest near the end, oh, I hated that. Yeah, and then there's the whole controls thing, which is the ancient mech with 6 arms and swords. Oh yes, I love that fight, that was cool. Yeah, that was a good fight. Yeah, it's just a very... It's got a lot of high points and a lot of low points. Like, the fact that it doesn't give you any choice to not use motion controls, which is a big accessibility issue. Since I remember I was having so many wrist issues playing this, I was actually swapping the Wiimote to my other hand to give this wrist a rest. Yeah, that was a shame. So I'll probably never play it again because it was just so tough on my wrist. It hurt quite a bit. And it's also... It brought out some really odd toxicity. It's like they're motion controls, right? Motion controls are notorious for being finicky and what's the word I'm looking for? Just like sometimes they just don't work in certain setups. There might just be something in the room that interferes with them, and you're never quite sure what it is. Yeah. But like, I found like making any complaints about the game's controls though would bring forth some people who were like, no, you're just doing it wrong. They were fine for me. And who would shut down any complaints with, no, it's fine. I didn't have any problems. Yeah, which I thought was really toxic. Yeah, I had a few incidents like that, which really brought down the experience for me. Overall, though, I think this game was pretty cool. I honestly don't recommend streaming it to anyone because, yeah, it does bring out some weird toxicity from some people, which I don't really understand. Like, it's okay to admit that your favourite game has problems. I don't know. It had some... That weird gimmick account that showed up started ranting about Zelda and Link. There was some weird stuff that happened when I streamed this game. I remember that, jeez. I completely brushed that out of my head, apparently. You spent all that time trash-talking SS, then you met Mizu who loves the game? Ah. That's cool. It was really funny. Yeah, it was pretty funny. I remember at one point I timed them out because I was like, I think you're a gimmick troll account? I'm not sure though. Yeah. It was an experience streaming this. I would be down for them re-releasing it with like different control options, just like it's an accessibility issue, you know? Because as I get older, you know, I have arthritis, it messes with my wrists, so it would be cool to have just a different option for the controls, even if it doesn't feel as good. So that would be cool if they ever did that. But yeah, overall I liked the game more than I was expecting. Yeah, I really liked the side content, as I said. I thought the side content was a lot more fun than Spirit Tracks. Switch's motion controls are better than the Wii. Ah! Okay. Want to have Virgil rip my arm off and have Nico make me an arm custom made to hold a Wiimote. That's a funny thought. Alright, that's Skyward Sword. Next was DKC3, which I revisited. Hang on. Stop that music. Got all these playlists lined up of different game musics. Yes, I revisited DKC3 because I'd always been wanting to do a 105% playthrough of this, which is a hard mode playthrough, where at the screen here you enter a special code, I think it was toughest or something, and it removes all the checkpoints and DK barrels. That's about the only changes, but it was a good excuse to revisit this game, and I really like this game, so... Yeah, I still think this is an underrated DKC game. I really like the little puzzles to get the DK coins. At least you don't need to beat any Pantheons to max percent on this. Hey, walking on the sun, how are ya? Welcome. Yeah, this was my... I think I did this because the previous year I played Banjo-Kazooie, so I was playing some rare collectibles and I wanted to play DK64 soon. And I was like, hey, before I do that, I should play DKC3 again. Yes. Good game, I think it holds up quite well. I like it. And it was a fun challenge, not having any level checkpoints and stuff. Yes, it's very gimmicky in its level design, but I think the gimmicks were well done and pretty clever. Yeah, I think I've already said a lot about this game in previous years, so... I think? I don't know. Fun game. Between this and 64, I'm basically a DK streamer now. 2's your favourite? One of the fave games of all time? Yeah, DKC 2's really good. Yeah, I think 2's the best of the trilogy, but I like 3 a lot as well. Did 2 have like an optional challenge mode thing? I don't think it did it? It's a bit of a shame. 2 was really good though. Alright, Mega Man 7! Mega Man! With my favourite track from the game. Continuing my Mega Man playthroughs with 7 on the Legacy Collection 1. No, 2. Legacy Collection 2. 7's another game that I think is underrated. And it's easy to see why people overlook it, because like, it's the 7th Mega Man. It doesn't do a whole lot compared to the X series. But I think it's just a solid Mega Man game. The sub-weapons are really good. I love the just the amount of colour that's in this game. The robot masters are fun to fight. There's some cool little secrets, like here you power up something using the electric weapon and it gets these platforms going. Good music too. Takes a while to get used to the musical style of the game, but it's pretty cool. Hey to Grey Man, welcome! Remember DKC 2 real ending? Don't think you did 102%. Ah, yep. Yeah, the secret. Yeah, unlocking the lost world with the coins, yeah. Only issue you really have with Mega Man 7 is the price. It's $200 for a used copy? Yikes! Yikes! That's a lot of money. Yeah, well, the Legacy Collection's good. This version seems to run really well. Oh, except my one complaint with this game is the final boss fight is way too hard. And they set out to make it super hard on purpose, but it's... Yeah, where is the final boss fight? Yeah, this thing. It's intentionally very hard, but with the way they did checkpoints in this version, in this Legacy Collection, you can't just make a save state here, you have to refight the first one every time, which I think's a bit of a shame, because this fight's so hard. It was satisfying to beat, though. Oh, and I think whenever you game over, you had to refight all the Robot Masters as well, because they were all in the same level. Like, dang. Fun game, though. I like 7 a lot. And I'd already done all the challenge modes. I did those off stream, so we just kind of watched my replays. Yeah, all the little speed clear challenges. Those are fun. That looks hard, yes. That was ridiculously hard. One of the reasons why you endorse emulation are the prices and save states. Yeah. Just Mega Man 7 or X7? 7. Yeah, Mega Man 7. Hey Urgers, welcome. I think your issue with MM7 is that you look at the 16-bit graphics and think, oh, you can move like MMX. Yeah, that's fair. That's definitely fair. Yeah, the X series just moves so fast with the dashes and the wall climbs. Yeah, it's a very different beast to the X series. I like it though. It's one of those. It is one of those games though where the Robot Master fights are really fun, but if you use their weaknesses, it just ruins them and just puts them in a loop. Like, see, this guy just every time you hit him with his weakness, he just does the same attack. Yeah, this is one of the reasons I like Buster dueling bosses the first time I fight them, so you get to see the whole fight. But yeah, I like Mega Man 7, it's cool. Some nice sprite art in it as well. Like this big skull hopper thing, I don't know what that is, but it's cool. And the little baby ones that shoots out, they're kind of cute for some reason. Alright. Didn't know the original series got to that level of graphics. They actually get even better than this. We've got Mega Man 8 coming up later, and that one was on the PlayStation and Saturn. So I'll show you that one later. But that was later in the year. Next we have Mario 3D World. Let's see, where's the music for that? Yeah. Oh yeah, that comment about the 2000s era sprite comics with Mega Man 7, yeah. I definitely read a lot of those comics too. Miiverse. Rip. Yeah, Mario 3D World is a really good game. One of my favourite Mario games now. I was looking forward to it, but it surpassed my expectations. Just really fun to play. I like how the different characters actually felt different to play. The cat power-up was really fun. I love that thing. Climbing up walls and diving. These little like mystery box levels where you have to collect a whole bunch of green stars, these are pretty cool. These little bits, just little fractions of levels all put together. Yeah, it's so jolly. They're Marowak and Cubones are the little robots from 7. The Switch version's in February? Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what that extra content's going to be. I don't know if I'm going to replay the whole game on stream, but I'll definitely check out the new content at some point. And I remember the big challenge, which was, what was it called? This thing. Champions Road, yeah. I think I only ended up beating it with Rosalina and Peach. I was going to try and beat it with the other characters, but I just got sidetracked by other things. Maybe I'll do it on the Switch version. Beat it with all the characters. Maybe. It's a good game though. I'm wondering what Bowser's Fury is going to be. Is it going to be like super hard content? Or is it going to be... Oh, I have no idea what it's going to be. They haven't said anything about it, have they? ...3D Land kind of saved the 3DS, but World didn't really do all that much for the Wii U. 3D Land was really good. I hope you play as Bowser. Yeah. That'd be great. Luigi U. Yeah, I played through that, was it last year? The Luigi content? Yeah. Yeah, it's a good game. Had some good challenge if you were going for everything. Pretty fun. And Rosalina's fun to play. Okay, next was... Yeah, what was that? That was in April. And then there was a few months in which I didn't stream due to a combination of things. I think one was probably just I was stressed out by all the COVID stuff. And then in July, I started streaming again. And, oh wait, no, I missed something. There was something I played that I missed. The Ff7 Remake Demo. Ooh, that's loud, hang on. Right, I turned that down a bit. This was fun, I enjoyed this. I only ended up playing the demo, I haven't played the full one yet. It's one of the many things on my long, endless backlog. We just went on a music appreciation stream halfway through, yeah. The music for this is so good. I was just listening to the whole soundtrack, it's just full of amazing stuff. Hey Lewis, welcome! Ff7 Remake was really good, one of your favourite games this year? Nice. Yeah, I've watched some streams of it and it just looks really fun. I'm bad at this apparently. Hey, I made it! So yeah, the demo was really fun to play, I liked... Yeah, they had you play as Cloud and Barret and I liked how different the two of them were. Swapping on the fly. Yeah. So I'm definitely keen to play the whole thing at some point. Who knows when that will be though. Huge backlog. Huge. Best combat in the franchise for sure. Nice. Can't wait for it to come to PC. Yeah, I'm assuming it'll come to PC at some point. Okay, did I miss anything else? We've got Mega Man 7, Mario 3D World. Yeah. And then, let's go Pikachu! Where's the OST for that? Here it is. I think the OST is fully orchestrated, isn't it? Sounds good anyway. Yeah, let's go Pikachu. I ended up playing 2 Pokemon games this year to like catch up with the series. I played this and Sword. And I enjoyed this. A lot more than I was expecting because I'm kind of tired of Gen 1, but I ended up actually really enjoying this playthrough. I had an Ace Attorney themed team. Pretty cool. I feel like this music's a bit loud. I'll just turn it down a bit. You remember nothing from this game aside from that cheating input reading Charizard Master Trainer? It was the first one that had that made caves actually really fun again, for me anyway, because you could see the Pokemon and you could just avoid them if you wanted. It was just such quality of life, and being able to access your PC box anywhere, it brought in that feature as well, which was very cool. And of course having a Pokemon follow you around was great. I think it was a bit too true to the originals, and that some of the move pulls were really bad from Pokemon. I think I remember the Charmander. It learned Ember, and then it didn't learn anything until Flamethrower at like level 30 something. Yeah, apart from that, it was good. Hey Nero. Pretty fun, just very simple. Stripped away a lot of the extra stuff. Riding around on an Onyx, that was cool. The different outfits for Pikachu, those were super cute. That's why the controls were weird. They didn't let you just use a regular controller. You had to play with one Joy-Con. You couldn't use two, you had to use one, which felt very strange. So I was like moving and doing inputs with one hand. That's a cool option, but I would like to also been able to play it in a more standard way. Pretty fun though. As if picking Charmander didn't make the early gyms hard enough, yeah. Pretty fun game though. And then, oh yeah, I played the Sonic Project Hero demo. I didn't get any Sonic music ready though, so let's listen to more Pokemon. That fits, right? Yeah, I played the demo of this fan project. It really shows how different Sega are from Nintendo, right? There's so many Sega fan projects, and they're just like, yeah, cool, that's good. Nintendo would have hit them with a DMCA by now. This was a fun little thing. I hope they succeed in turning this into a full game. This is just like a proof of concept of how the game handles, but felt cool. I haven't actually really played any Sonic games, but Sega does what Nintendo don't. Oh, is that some music? Oh, nice. Thank you, Lauren. Yeah, that's definitely some Sonic music. Sonic music is so cheesy, I love it. Yeah, one day I'd like to play through some Sonic games. Oh well, Sonic appeared. Fight, bag, Pokemon, run. It's just a demo, so not much to say, but it was cool. It's fun. Good luck to the developers. Okay. Next. What have we got next? Oh, Cuphead. Cuphead. I think this was probably my favourite game I played all year. Cuphead. It was just absolutely my thing. Sonic music is the definition of guilty pleasure music, yes. The vibe, it kind of reminds me of Revengeance music in that it's so cheesy, but in a fun way. Yeah, in a good way. But yeah, Cuphead. It's boss fight the game, and I love boss fights. And it's 2D side-scroller shooter with lots of challenge. And it's got tons of different boss phases and such. Yeah, Cuphead was a joy. Before I played this game, I made sure I didn't watch any like speedruns or playthroughs of it. And I'm glad I didn't, because there were so many boss phases and such that surprised me. Yeah, they put so much time into the assets and such, and having like interesting creative ideas. You got Cuphead in the last Steam sale? Nice! Congrats! Cuphead DLC was supposed to be released this year. Well, I hope the DLC is coming along well. Those S-Rank streams were a good time. Yeah, I loved S-Ranking this game. There's just so many good boss fights in this game. And they even made me like the side-scrolling levels. There's only 6 side-scrolling levels, but they made me like them with the whole pacifist idea. Yeah. I don't even really normally listen to jazz, but this soundtrack was fun as well. I like it. But yeah, this was absolutely my kind of game. It was pretty short, but lots of replay value and going for S ranks and stuff. Lots of specific little things to learn in the boss fights to get better at them. Very cool game. Like different weapons you could use. Yeah. I thought it was cool. Yeah, it was really great having people in chat let me know what all the different references were to old cartoons I hadn't seen. Yeah, it was definitely a game made with love. Oh, this fight's great. Clown. It's hard to pick a favourite fight in this one. There's so many good boss fights. It kind of reminds me of Hollow Knight in that there's so many good bosses. Yeah. Except this is like pretty much almost all boss fights in terms of the gameplay. Yeah, Cuphead was very solid. I'm glad I finally played it. I mean, Cuphead was great. I can't think of much to say about it, sadly, but it was great. Highly recommend. Ooh, Mario Kart 64. My favourite of the 2 Mario Kart games I've played. That's right, I ended up playing it on the Wii U Virtual Console, didn't I? Yeah, actually looking back at it now, it was definitely darker than it was supposed to be. But yeah, I loved Mario Kart 64 when I was a kid, and whoops, see ya. Always thought that Hollow Knight would still be super beloved even if it was just God Home. Yeah, actually, it probably would be. Hey Kimberly, how are ya? This is definitely an accounting nightmare. What about an accounting nightmare? You used to play Mario Kart 7 online competitively back in the day? You were dang good at it? Oh, nice. That's cool. Yeah, I want to play through the other Mario Kart games just because I never really played them. I don't know why, I just kind of fell off of the series. But it sounds like they just kind of kept getting better and better. Yeah, I've heard that this one didn't age very well at all, but I don't know, I thought it was great going back to it. I had tons of fun. I love how the power slides work, how you kind of click back and forth with the analog stick to charge up the power slide, then you let it go. Oh, that corner's a nasty one. Oh! It was a lot easier than the SNES one as well. I got all the gold medals in like 2 streams, whereas the SNES one I had to bloody save state. Mario Kart Wii isn't fun, IMO? Ah. That's a shame. You used to play MK64 as a kid with your brothers, and if someone did the exploit on Wario Stadium, it ended in fights. Was this the one with the transparent rubber banding? I think they all have rubber banding. It wasn't as bad in this one as in the SNES one, because the SNES one was just really difficult in general. This track was really interesting. It's the one with tons of different paths, so you can't actually tell who's in first. Pretty interesting. Yeah, I like 64. I like the way it handles, I like the tracks, I like the music. Bye. I like falling down pits. Wii does have a rather active modding community. Ah, nice. Yeah, I'd like to keep playing through the Mario Kart games. So the next one I guess would be the GBA one, right? Super Circuit? Rainbow Road. That's right, Rainbow Road was really pretty, but it was very long in this game. And very easy. compared to the SNES one, which was really hard, but really short. The game can't handle not... Yeah, I figured it might not actually be able to figure out who was first. That's funny. No, yeah, that was a fun, short little game to play. And, oh yeah, we did an Ocarina of Time rando with Lauren. I didn't get any music ready for that, so we'll listen to this. Is it the same sweater? I'm not actually wearing a sweater at the moment, it's just a t-shirt. Because it's hot today. Yeah, I did a little co-op rando with my friend Lauren. Should try it again at some point. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, sadly we had a save file issue, so we can't finish this seed. So we only did a one stream of it. It would be fun to go back to though, or maybe even with Majora's Mask. Yeah, a co-op one is when we both play the same seed and like we tell each other what we've found, so we can kind of work together to find the important items. Yeah, it was nice. It was a good excuse to hang out with Lauren too, so that was fun. Is that a cat alarm just now in the video? Probably. The cat alarm's about to go off here too, actually. Yeah, the real cat alarm's coming soon. Alright, what else we got? Ace Attorney! Ace Attorney Investigations 2. And boop. A link. Oh, yep, I see it. Oh yeah, cool. Oh man, that's a nice collection, having all the carts lined up like that. That's cool. Alright, we played Ace Attorney Investigations 2 using the excellent fan mod. Fan translation. Caught up on the VODs. The game did a complete 180 for you. Which game's that? Oh, this one? Oh, we have a cat alarm. Cat alarm. Cat alarm. Cat alarm. Meow? Hello? Hello? I'm gonna have to go feed this cat. What a shame. Meow. Meow. Gumshoe, feed the cat. Hello, sweetie. How you doing? Aww. Yeah, I think this was my second favourite game I played this year. I'll go feed the cat first though, and then I'll talk about it. How does one go on the offensive against a defensive opponent? Okay. Alright, I'm going to feed the cat. We are... how far through? We're about halfway through looking at the games I played this year, so... we'll come back, we'll finish that off, and then we'll play some more DMC 5. And hang on, I'll give you some more of this music to listen to. It's a good soundtrack. I shall be back. Meow to you too, sweetie. Mwah. Hello, I'm back. I'm back. Cat is eating. Turn this music down a little bit in case it's too loud. Alright. We're talking about Ace Attorney Investigations 2. I think this is the only Ace Attorney game I played this year, wasn't it? Hopefully I can play Polar Justice next year. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Tag. Oh yeah, this is my new favourite Ace Attorney game. It was just really good. It was, everything came together in a way that they didn't in the first Investigations game. There was just way better writing in general. Everything tied together really well. Yeah, I won't spoil stuff here, so that people don't have to worry about that. But yeah, it had great writing. AA4 is your favourite in the series by far, at least until you watch AAI 2. Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to AA4. Level 5 are no longer going to be releasing their games outside of Japan? Oh jeez, I didn't hear that. Jeez, that sucks. Developers of Professor Layton and Ni no Kuni. Oh, that's a big loss. Hey Zeke, welcome. AN reacting to AN. Reacting to Ace Attorney. Yeah, this game was great. It was, that's right, it didn't have the interesting game overs that the first game had, but it had better everything else. It had tons of really good character development for pretty much everyone. Everyone had really good character moments. It did justice to all the characters from the first Investigations game. The cases were all really good. Had several really good twists in it. Still yet to finish this game. This game's really good. I highly recommend. Definitely my new favourite Ace Attorney. Part 2, here we go. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. It's such a shame that this is the one that didn't get translated. Ah well. At least we have this really good fan translation. Yeah, it's really solid. I completely forgot I was playing a fan patch. That's how good it is. They recorded their own lines. They brought back voice recordings when it was necessary. Yeah, it was all really good. It's the story was so good that I want to rewatch a playthrough of it. I want to watch someone else playing it so I can kind of catch all the little foreshadowing and stuff. Yeah. And I really like a lot of the mechanics in general of the Investigations games. Like how the investigation sequences work. I like that better than the main series. And the logic chess stuff was pretty fun. Yeah, it was good. Who knows, maybe we'll get it. Yeah, maybe. Since we're getting the Great Detective game, so that's cool. So maybe they'll do like an Edgeworth collection and translate this officially. That would be nice. But yeah. Really good game. My second favourite of the year, I think. Some really good characters. Oh, Sebastian. Sebastian's not in this case. Sebastian was probably my favourite new character from this game. He was great. He is the best. Alright. Next. Yeah, I was trying to play DK64 alongside Investigations 2, but Investigations 2 was so fun and interesting that I had trouble, not playing it. I just wanted to play it all the time. But we did eventually finish DK64, 101%. Another rare collectathon. I like collecting things. Sorry, but I do. Collect things. The goofy Herlock Sholmes name, yeah. Chunky's still dead. Yeah, I played this on the Wii U Virtual Console. Oh, hey, here's the lovely Donkey Kong Nintendo coin part. That bloody fire just sitting in my way. Oh my god, please go away. It's camping me. Look at this. The collectathon that took collecting a bit too far, IMO, yeah. Yeah, they crammed so many collectibles in this game. Oh, that was shockingly close. I don't know how I survived that. I still like Frantic Factory the most of all the levels. Yeah, it's a game you go around and collect things. I like collecting things. And this was... I think of there being 3 major collectathons on the N64 by Rare. There's Banjo-Kazooie, and then there was this, and then there's Banjo-Tooie, so... maybe sometime next year I'll play Banjo-Tooie. I haven't played that in quite a while. Oh yeah, the new Kongs they brought in for DK64, they have tons of personality, they're all really likeable. Lanky Kong and Tiny Kong and Chunky Kong. They're all cool characters, I like them. Oh, so this game has tons of minigames. I like minigames. Wouldn't be as bad if they didn't arbitrarily lock collectibles to certain characters. Yeah, I think collecting like the small bananas separately for each character was a bit too much. And the coins separately for each character. Too much. Oh yes, the balloon level. Galleon level, sorry. I would never say this is a great game, but I will say I love playing this game. I still hate Crystal Caves though. That place sucks. The place with all the cave-ins. Ugh. But Cardboard Cutout. So King Cutout, is that what its name is? Oh, hang on, we got more Ace Attorney. King Cutout? Yeah, this boss. This boss is still hilarious. And I love it. It's hilarious because of the laughing, which you can't really hear here, but yeah. It's a big cardboard cutout of King K. Rool. It's a good boss. This game had a surprising amount of charm, honestly. For the amount of hate it gets. Alright, yeah, hopefully I can play Tooie next year. That'll be fun. I've already bought it, it's on my 360. So hopefully we can get around to that. Oh yeah, I played a little bit more Rogue Legacy. I think this is the only VOD of Rogue Legacy I did this year. Poor Rogue Legacy. Hang on, where is it? There we go. Music. This is one of those games where I really should just sit down and just stream a bunch of it to try and finish it. The Lament of Zor's mod. I've heard of it, but I haven't played it. Yeah, you can install it straight from Steam now, actually, which is very cool. Yeah, I think I'm still pretty early in this playthrough. I think I didn't even manage to kill the second boss. It's just a fun little game to play. I hope I can put more time into it next year and try and finish it off on stream. And I like this tune as well. Alright, what else we got? Yeah, pretty sure that's the only time I played Rogue Legacy this year. Kind of a shame. Mega Man 8. Yeah, here we go. Mega Man 8 visuals. This game looks really nice. The Zor's mod expands all the areas and rebalances all the classes. Ah. Do more damage as their health gets lower. Interesting. That sounds fun. Mega Man 8. Yeah, this one was on the PlayStation 1 and the Saturn. And I love the look of it. There's such good sprite art in this game. Good music too. Yeah, look at that background. That weird rotating thing. It gets a lot of hate because of the jump, jump, slide, slide parts. Where was that? I think that was next. Oh yeah, this boss is interesting. Searchman. He's got 2 heads. Also, this game has terrible voice acting, and I love it. It's very endearing how bad the voice acting is. Let's see. Oh yeah, here we go. Jump, jump, slide, slide. Is it on X4 levels of bad voice acting? I actually haven't played X4. So if X4 is as funny as this, that'd be good. You like everything about the Zor's mod except the new bosses? All the Zor's bosses are BS, bullet hell, damage sponges. The Saturn really was made for games like this. Beautiful sprite art. Takes full advantage of that extra horsepower. Nice. Yeah, I have seen that cutscene about what are we fighting for. That's oh, that's a bad cutscene. Hang on, where's the cutscene for this one?
When we find that meteor, we'll find Dr. Wowie.
Dr. Wowie. And he flubbed his line. He started saying... I think he started saying...
It's dangerous to leave him alone.
Yes, sir! Let's go, Rush!
It's dangerous to leave him alone.
He still lives.
What the?
Mega Man, you must go after him. We don't know who he is, and it's dangerous to leave him alone.
Yes, sir! Let's go, Rush!
Yeah, the voice acting is bad. In a very endearing way. Dr. Wowie, yeah, he talks like Elmer Fudd for some reason. I don't know why. X4 is the same era as this game. Yeah, they might have used the same. I was going to say the same voice acting studio, but I doubt they used an actual studio with the voice acting that bad. I must really like this shirt. I'm wearing a jumper there. Here I'm just wearing a shirt. Why is Optimus Prime angry? Yeah, Mega Man 8's fun boss fights. Nice sprite art. I like a lot of the weapons as well. In the later games, they do a really good job of making the weapons all useful for multiple things. Like you've got the wind one that you throw it on the ground and that makes a tornado you can ride upwards into the air. Very cool. Aquaman! Oh yeah, I did the challenges as well, didn't I? Yeah, because I've already done them, so I just showed my replays of them. Aquaman, registered trademark of DC Comics. Yes. Yes, that's the latest Mega Man game I've played. Next Mega Man game I'm going to play will be Mega Man and Bass. And then I'll probably go into the Game Boy games, since I've never really played through those. I'm having fun just going through the series, streaming them all one by one. Okay, that's Mega Man 8. I like Mega Man games. Next, Pokemon Sword. Got some good music here. Where is it? Not that one. What should we listen to? I guess we have to listen to the gym leader music, hey? Yeah. Was there ever another Metal Blade situation where you could basically use a weapon as replacement for the Buster? Not as bad. The Metal Blade was so broken and unbalanced. Yeah, there are some weapons that were kind of like a better Buster, but nothing that bad again. Which was the Mega Man game with the Napalm Bomb and the horrifically unfortunate shortening of its name? I think that was 6. Yeah, might have been 5 actually. Napalm Man. Napalm was good against Stone. Yeah, it was 5. Mega Man 5. Yeah, Pokemon Sword! I finally caught up with the Pokemon series, which I've been trying to do for a while now. But I'm glad I did. I enjoyed Sword a lot more than I was expecting. I think it's because I came in with very low expectations with all the... it's another very divisive game, but I ended up really, really liking it. Fantastic music. I really liked a lot of the characters actually. Sonya's great. I enjoyed the rivals. And all the gym leaders actually all had quite a lot of... hey, there's a cat. What kind of Pokemon is that? What kind of Pokemon are you? Yeah, the gym leaders had a lot of character. The different cities were really cool in their different aesthetics. Team Yell were just a bunch of goobers, and I like that. One of the DLC weapons in MM10 gets real close to being as broken as Metal Blade. You think, oh, I didn't actually know there were DLC weapons for 10. Interesting. Yeah, this game it brings in a lot of the quality of life stuff that Let's Go Pikachu Eevee did. Like being able to access your box wherever you are. That was cool. And I loved a lot of the new Pokemon designs. There's so many memorable... Oh, look at that little thing! Look at Sizzlipede! It's got a little fire moustache. Oh, it's so cute. I love the crowd atmosphere of the music. And this cute little turtle. Look at that little turtle. You can't see its face, but it's like a big... just a big tooth. It's very cute. Yeah, it was definitely a game that they should have worked on a bit longer. There's a lot of the further you get in the game, the more cut corners there are. Like what's the Team Yell town? That place is very small. It was a tough challenge to not go off on salty rants in chat. Well, I appreciate that you did, though. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, and the wild areas. Yeah, this is the stuff I'm excited for them to expand on. Because they definitely did that in the DLC. Hang on, I played through the DLC. Expansion Pass. Yeah, Crown Tundra especially. Just this big, wide open area to explore. And it was fun. Yeah, I would love it if the next mainline Pokemon game is just one big open place like Crown Tundra. Hopefully they get the frame rate better. The frame rate does not like it when you turn on the multiplayer. Problem is the Pokemon games have to release in time with the anime and TCG. Yeah, that really sucks. I do wonder how much crunch they go through at Game Freak. It seems like most studios do hardcore crunch, and it sucks. The occasional horn drills are amazing. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I'm still playing this game offline because I'm working on my Pokédex. Love this music. Oh, Peony. Peony was a hilarious character. Hey, just a floating Giratina. Hey, legendaries. Yeah, I enjoyed this a lot more than I expected to. I definitely see some of the missed opportunities with it, and but geez, yeah, just this open area stuff. Oh, it's so cool. The studio that did Hades doesn't. Yes, I love that. Supergiant Games, yeah. I can't wait to play Hades. Hades is going to be very cool. Very fun. Yeah, I love Gen 8. Lots of cool new Pokemon. Very fun ideas, and I hope they expand more on this in the next gen. I'm very curious what they're going to do next year in terms of Pokemon releases, since they did the DLC this year. Wonder what they're going to do. Oh yeah, and I love and how you had just the different mysteries to explore, and you just did them at your own pace whenever you wanted, in whatever order you wanted. That was cool. Pokemon Sword. I enjoyed it. I also did some WoW Classic streams. Let's see, with some Warcraft music. They also made Transistor. Yeah, they made Bastion, Transistor, Pyre, and now Hades. Yeah, I really like Bastion. I like Transistor. I have not played Pyre, and I haven't played Hades yet. Yeah, I started playing WoW Classic again, just because Naxxramas, the final WoW Classic raid, came out. This one has always been hyped up as just the hardest WoW thing ever. So I never thought I'd get to experience the original thing. So far the difficulty hasn't been that high, but everyone's just way better at the game now than they were before. But there has been fun streaming the progression of that. Let's see. Oh yeah, here we go, the dance boss. The dance boss. Yeah, I still prefer how WoW retail plays, but I'm playing Classic because all my WoW playing friends play Classic. It's especially hard when the boss is dealing 15% extra damage. You want Hades on PS4? Oh, it never came out on PS4? Oh, that sucks. Hunt Down? What's Hunt Down? I haven't heard of that one. Yeah. Oh yeah, this awful tunnel gimmick. Yeah, they brought this raid back for the second expansion, Wrath of the Lich King, since almost no one cleared it. And they removed this gimmick from it, because this gimmick sucks. Yeah, I did the second version of this raid, not the original, so it's nice doing the original. Hey look, we're all dead. But yeah, we're 9 out of 15. Hopefully we can kill the remaining bosses early next year. Hunt Down is a 2D action game like Metal Slug. It's awesome on Switch and Epic Store. Oh, nice. That sounds cool. See, I'll show you my other favourite boss so far from Naxxramas. I showed you the dance boss. Now I'll show you Thaddeus, the polarity boss, where he gives you a plus or a minus, and you have to be together with people of the same polarity, or you explode. There's a lot of keeping an eye on what your polarity is and then moving. Also does tons of damage. Yeah, that lightning thing does ridiculous damage. And now I'm negative. So I swap sides. Yeah, fun boss. Metal Slug. Oh yes, yeah, you gifted me Metal Slug 1, didn't you? Yeah, hopefully I can play that at some point. But yeah, I'll keep streaming WoW Classic raids. I don't know if we're going to get much done this week. We're going to have probably only one raid night, since the other raid night is New Year's Eve, so most people aren't going to be there, so I might not stream that this week. See how we go. Oh yeah, I played one stream of Pokemon Snap. Pokemon Snap. Oops. Just a very, very cute game. Very short, so hopefully we can finish this in like one more stream, 2 at the max. But you take photos of cute Pokemon. And you unlock different items you can use to affect them in different ways. Simple little game, and I'm glad they're finally doing a sequel. There we go. Most of my gameplay spent in menus, apparently. Yeah, it's fun trying to find the interactions where how do I get this Pokemon to turn around? How do I get this thing to show up? It's a very cute game. You have a weird amount of nostalgia for Snap, considering you never actually played it. Ah! Yeah, I have huge nostalgia for Snap. This game had no rights to be as good as it is, yes. Yeah, and you have to figure out how to unlock each level as you play through. Just such a cute game. Hopefully I can finish it. You were close. You were close. Right. Just wish SNK didn't go bankrupt and cause the Metal Slug series to go downhill. Ah, that's a shame. Back to where was I a player when the corrupted blood incident went down? I was. I don't think it happened on our server. They fixed it very quickly, or it might have happened while I was asleep. Yeah, it was something that they went into emergency mode to fix because it was game raking. Still want to cross over with Fatal Frame where you photograph ghost Pokemon. So yeah, hopefully we'll finish that early next year. Because it's pretty short. Okay, what else we got left? I think it's just DMC5. With Virgil. Gee, I wonder what song I'm going to play. Yeah, the Virgil DLC finally came out for PC DMC5 and the Xbox One and PS4 versions, so I've got to play Virgil. And I'm still playing Virgil. And I love what they did with him in this game. They fixed everything I didn't like about him in 4. They brought back all the stuff I liked about him in 3, and he's got a huge moveset, and he's super fun to play. One of my new favourite DMC characters to play. Oh, and the new freaking Dante boss fight is just amazing. Yeah. Weaken him though compared to 4? What do you mean, because he can't distort? Distort was a glitch. And he has 3 different super moves now, so... I mean, that's pretty good. Also, he has this theme song, okay? His theme song's very powerful. I don't think he got a song in 4, did he? Yeah, he's tons of fun. I love what they did with him in this game. He just has... He has like every move he had in 4, doesn't he? Plus more moves. He's got stuff like Void Slash. And Hell on Earth, that's new. And Deep Stinger. And I really like the way the Judgment Cuts chains work. I remember them being really weird to chain in 4. You had to like do a trick action or something during them? Yeah, and his new song's great. So I really love this excuse to go back to my favourite game ever. And that's what we're about to do actually. We'll go play some more Virgil. I think that's everything to talk about, eh? Apart from grumbling that they didn't put LDK mode on PC yet. Now let me just go check that website. SteamDB. Is it still in the files? Ow. Yeah, there's still 2 unreleased DLCs in the Steam files, so I'm still expecting them to be, well, one of them to be LDK mode, but who knows when they're going to actually release it. Just release it, you jerks. Let me play LDK mode, you jerks. You're jerks. That you could jump cancel it on 4? Oh, the Judgment Cuts? Oh, that's cool. Bring Lucia back. Yeah, Lucia will be cool to see what they do with Lucia. Yeah. I think that's the end of my 2020 roundup in terms of games. Oh yeah, I'm also playing WoW Retail on the side. I played a fair bit of that earlier in the year, and I don't know if I'll stream much Retail. I don't know what I would stream of it, but at some point next year I'm going to play Shadowlands. I'm trying to finish my Pokédex in Sword first though, because I am not very good at working on multiple tasks at once. I need to kind of focus in on something. So I'm going to finish off the Pokédex first, and then I'll start Shadowlands. So sorry if I disappear for a while I'm playing World of Warcraft. Okay, what have I got on my upcoming list? It still says I'm playing Pokemon Sword. Hang on, I've got to update that. Currently playing DMC5 Virgil. And Pokemon Snap. So next year, I want to, well, finish off Pokemon Snap. I want to start Breath of the Wild finally. I've been putting that off for so long, and I want to play it. Yeah, Breath of the Wild looks great. Yesterday you were watching a stream of Sword shiny hunting. He screwed up and ran away from a shiny Regirock. Oh. Oh, that sucks. Ouch. But yeah, so next year I'm hoping to finally start Breath of the Wild. I'll see how I feel. I might play something else short before Breath of the Wild. Maybe, my friend Lauren has been recommending a game called Sayonara Wild Hearts. She says that's pretty short. So maybe I'll play that before Breath of the Wild. He got it on attempt 567. He reached 8,000 attempts with no second shiny Regirock. Oh, that is unlucky. If I stream that, put a warning about flashing lights. Oh, okay. Thanks for the warning. That's unpleasant. Yeah, so Breath of the Wild. My next Mario game is Odyssey. So hopefully I can play Odyssey next year. We'll play Mega Man and Bass. At some point we'll play Ace Attorney 4. Apollo Justice. That should be good. Mario Kart Super Circuit, the Game Boy Advance one. Banjo-Tooie. And Celeste. Yeah, those are the games on my shortlist that I want to play. Those need an epilepsy warning? Okay. If you had $1 for every time a shiny self-destructed before you could catch it, you'd have $3. It's not a lot, but yeah, that's amazing it happened 3 times. That's some awful luck. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Celeste as well. There's lots of cool games I want to play, so I should just stop talking and start playing games, eh? Yeah, I'm gonna start playing DMC5 again. Thanks for my little, listening to my little soapbox talk about video games. Video games are cool, I like them. They're definitely a bright spot in an awful year. And, also, I should show this as well. This is good. She cuddled me. Cleo cuddled me. In bed she cuddled me. She's so cute. I love her. Look at her, I love her. Cuddle. A Phineas and Ferb reference. What's that? That look in the first picture. Yeah, she's like, oh, you're taking a photo? Come on, stop. Stop taking photos. Animated show in America. Okay. Discord PM? Sure. 1 sec. Then I'll swap over. Sure, actually. Yeah, I'll put a Discord invitation into chat. Let's see. Do I have any current Discord invites? In a server invite link. Yeah, I'll put this into chat if anyone wants to join my Discord. We're a pretty quiet place, but we're friendly, we're diverse, we're welcoming. Hey, Life on the Couch, how are ya? And we don't tolerate transphobes and stuff, so it's a nice safe space for yous. Also, welcome, Lady Luna. No, I haven't done Bloody Pallets yet. I'm going to do that after I'm done doing S ranks. So, we're going to get right into that. So, I'll do that as a separate VOD. Thank you for watching my year of streaming 2020. And we're swapping over to DMC5 now.